Executive Director of the OpenSearch Software Foundation. The OpenSearch Software Foundation is not even 2 years old, and I'm the first Executive Director of our foundation. And that's a great honor for me because of all the things we've spoken about, and I'm very humbled by that.
I love open source. I'm a big advocate for open source. I would want to start it from like very scratch so that my young audience who is just starting out.
Okay, first of all, it's really great to be talking, Bianca, and yeah, I've seen some of your contributions to the CNCF from even Kubernetes I saw. But for your younger audience, let's concentrate on OpenSearch, because OpenSearch is both part of the open source ecosystem that you're developing and contributing towards so nicely as well. And it's important to get involved in an open community because there is a vast array of skills and career opportunities and development paths for you to empower yourselves on. And OpenSearch in particular, because OpenSearch is not only one of the fastest growing projects and communities in the world today, but everybody's talking about AI this and AI that. And everybody's talking about India is growing so fast and it's got this great talent pool, but how are we going to put this all together? Yeah. And the truth is that an AI infrastructure layer is only as good as its data retrieval, because it doesn't matter what AI you've got. If you don't have the right way to use it, then it's very difficult to take advantage of. That's what OpenSearch is. It's the essential data layer on your AI infrastructure.
In the world where every company wants AI, OpenSearch is playing a big role when it comes down to the infrastructure layer.
Right, exactly. You need to power your AI. I mean, can you imagine driving a car and it's got no wheels and no gas and no petrol?
Apart from that, so like there are organizations now. Linux Foundation is in itself an organization, and CNCF hosts a lot of projects. Yeah. Is OpenSearch similarly an org which hosts a lot of repositories?
Yes, and I think that's a very important question you asked, Bianca, because there's a very big difference between a project in the Linux Foundation versus just what many vendors call an OpenSearch project because of the license. But it's still vendor owned. And this is a nuance which I think your audience can understand better, because when an open source by license project is still owned by a vendor, it's very difficult to build a community because the vendor at any stage can close the license. They control the project. Whereas OpenSearch and a lot of the CNCF projects you're speaking about owned by the Linux Foundation, which is a non-profit organization, for open source projects to have a vendor neutral home. And what's really great about OpenSearch is it's under that management umbrella of the Linux Foundation. So it's guaranteed to be open and not vendor owned ever. And you as a community that develop towards it, you are the ones that own OpenSearch.
Completely open source. That's really great. So what are some of the biggest problems OpenSearch repositories? Like I saw some of the frameworks, like for ML, there was something security. So what are the biggest problems that OpenSearch repositories are solving? Some of them that comes to your mind?
Yeah, OpenSearch works across multiple different use cases.
Okay.
So yes, I think ML, machine learning, been around since the dinosaurs. Like 2015, 14, we were already talking about ML, right?
Always.
And now we talk about AI, we've so much advanced. But the fact of the matter is, it's just the speed and scale that we can retrieve things in terms of the way that we're working and measuring with AI and machine learning, and also what we're using that for. And like we said, OpenSearch got 152 repositories, right? All of those are concentrating now. Some of them are really concentrated on search and AI use cases, others on observability platforms. I think it's important to also understand that those use cases used to be particular.
Right.
So you used to do ML for observability. And you used to think, there's an anomaly. And in the old days, it used to be really cool because we used to say, if you're using 10% more CPU on this server or 10% less CPU, then give me an alert. That was the old day of machine learning. Well, this is normal. This is the variance. Today we can do that on a much smarter system-wide basis where we move in ML into more AI and use that for more business decisions.
Right.
And the different repositories are controlling different aspects and use cases of OpenSearch. And what's nice about these repositories is managed by the community, and you can contribute to any of those aspects which are interesting to you.
Okay, that's really great. So there are 152 repositories right now hosted
Correct.
with OpenSearch.
Correct.
Oh, and all of them are solving separate use cases in
Correct.
itself. So, and all of them are completely owned by open source. Nothing can ever be vendor locked or nothing like that sort of.
That is one of the key distinguishing points of OpenSearch is that it's completely vendor neutral.
Right now, AI has one of the youngest professionals creating their own businesses, doing their own startups, and building their own vibe-coded projects. What do you think is an advice for these people who can use OpenSearch in their tech stack, and how can they implement, grow their products using OpenSearch?
Yeah, if I guess such a nice observation. Who was it that said not so long ago that there's going to be the first one-person billion-dollar company?
Oh.
I think I read that somewhere, right? And I can see that because AI can let you scale without necessarily running with big overheads. OpenSearch can make use of AI because it's such an AI native platform that what it can do is it can let you build in things like very, very blazing fast vector search into your search applications. And it can let you retrieve it in a very, very quick way. And then it can also add on the old keyword matching kind of search to create a hybrid search for accurate results. And then when you do these big search applications, it can automatically on the same platform monitor them so that you can check your performance and you can see where you can scale your business to, how much it's going to cost you. So in the end, the token economy is going to become FinOps, right? And you can build cost information into your OpenSearch traces and logs, and you can follow how much is this really costing me to scale your small startup. And when you build these things on the fundamental layers, as it grows, you're going to have such a good foundation that your that your scale and your ability to choose where you want to put your resources becomes so much more powerful.
Right. That makes so much sense. So OpenSearch is touching everything for startup engineers or people who are starting out and creating their own projects. Observability, AI traces, logs, and cost optimization, everything. So there is a use case for everything in startups at OpenSearch.
Correct. I think it's very difficult to do it without OpenSearch. You can use multiple different solutions, right? But OpenSearch makes it really easy because you can build these use cases onto your AI infrastructure and use it as a single layer, and it works. And you own it, and you're part of the community.
Right. Yeah. And what's your final word for young developers from India who want to contribute to OpenSearch or learn more about it?
My final word, which I'm not great at one-word answers, sorry everybody.
I know,
okay. Okay, so my final word is become part of the community and just start. Join our public Slack channel and join the Slack community. Contribute to the repositories if you want. Certify yourself on different open search skills through the Software Foundation. Empower your career, and let's build together.
What is one big reason that OpenSearch organizes these open source conferences around the world?
To build community. I think community in OpenSearch is everything.
Everything?
Because OpenSearch is what innovates. Community is what innovates OpenSearch.
Okay.
OpenSearch is what innovates companies.
What is the number of contributors right now for OpenSearch?
Oh, great question. But there are more than 3,000 contributors active, probably approaching 4,000 already. And there's more than 4,000 unique companies. And there is more than 1.7 billion downloads.
It's widely used and something that definitely everyone should start knowing more about, especially in India.
Yep, and that's why it's got such a great advantage to build your careers on OpenSearch because it's got such a huge community around it.
What is one trend that OpenSearch is following up for 2027?
Modernizing the way that we look at search and
Okay.
data. And a key aspect of making use of your data AI infrastructure is 2027. Is that OpenSearch is not just the leading, but perhaps the only AI native data platform for all of those use cases that we've said in the world today. Exactly. Like you can always choose a vendor, you can always try something else, but if you want to develop all these use cases on an open platform, OpenSearch is the platform.
Yeah.